Welcome, my
Yes.
boy.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Of course, I am the Kenyan Beast, and today this is my first live, and I'm going live with a fellow content creator from Kenya, and his name is Golden Boy or Clinton. That is his name on channel. He's doing good job, and I love what he's doing. He's one of the people who is giving me psych that continue doing this work of God. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good. Okay. We are coming right away, direct from Nairobi, Kenya, in Africa. And in today's video, we are going to talk about black people denying black Jesus. Of course, I know. We have these stories of black Jesus and white Jesus, and a lot of people, more so a lot of Africans or black people, let me say Africans, they have not accepted yet. They have not accepted that Jesus is black. Even white people have not accepted that Jesus is black, not white, he's black. But again, there is some black people who haven't accepted that Jesus is black. First of all, welcome to my YouTube channel, Golden Boy.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Introduce yourself. Let me give you time to introduce yourself.
Yeah. I am Clinton. Sometimes I call myself Golden Boy, and that is the name I use in all my social media. Golden Boy. Yeah. So today we are live here. We want to talk about the Black Jesus. Yeah.
Black Jesus, yeah. So, Golden Boy, right away, let us start with you. Let me start with you. How long have you known that Jesus is black? Like, when did you come to understand or to learn that we have been worshiping the wrong Jesus, or we have been systematically, we have been told to worship, or we have learned about the wrong Jesus? When did you come to realize that Jesus is black?
Okay. You remember that there's a time the Russian president, that is Putin,
Yeah,
is that the time he was really competing with the so-called Potters. Those are the Western people who are
yeah.
fighting the Russian. So this president went ahead and opened a temple. And in that temple, you'll find that there was so much histories which were describing Jesus. And from that day, I started doing my research about the Black Jesus. More so, I also have friends from abroad who have also been telling me that we have the so-called the Black Jesus. So those are some of the various ways I found out that we are truly worshiping the wrong Jesus. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just that the story of black Jesus, it have been there since long, but I think this we have been educated just recently, not long ago. So you have known
Yeah.
it just recently, not long ago. So
Yes.
personally, when you came to learn that Jesus is black, what came in your mind as not as a content creator, but as a Christian? Are you a Christian?
So I'm not a Christian right now, but I used to be a
Right,
Christian.
right now you are not a Christian. What happened?
Yeah.
Right now you are
Okay,
what?
there's so many. I'm just let me say someone who is just up opening the third eye. Like we are some of the people who are no longer doing with the so-called the religion. We are doing with the so-called the spiritualities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
But but
yes,
but
I
were
know.
you did did you grew up in a religion family
Yes, I grew up in a religion family that is Lutheran.
who are Christians?
Yeah, Christians.
So when you learned about the identity of Jesus, what came in your mind at first that you learned? Just the first time you learned that Jesus is black.
I came to realize that we as Black people, we truly need not only the Black people, the Africans. We truly need
Mm-hmm.
to open our eyes and know what is really happening around the world. Like
Mm.
recently, we have been told that we have been having a white Jesus, we as Africans. And when you go to most of the houses, most of the homes, you'll find that they're
Mhm.
hanging a white chart or a white picture that is depicting to be a Christ. Now, even when you go to the Catholic, you'll also find the same thing. You'll find that there is a white Mary, there's also a white Jesus, and those are let me say called cements, which are being put
Mhm.
there so that they can worship. Have you ever seen those things like a white
Yeah,
Mary and a small Jesus?
yeah.
Yeah. So that's
So
it.
what before we go directly into the topic, because I know you have come across people who are denying that Jesus is black, and you have come across even black people, even black pastors who are denying that the fact that Jesus is Christ. So before we enter into that, let us just know the basic. What do you think as a content creator now? How what do you think that what happened that Jesus was became white? What really happened? What do you think happened that made Jesus to be known as white and is very popular as a white person?
Okay, first we have to know that it is through movies. You remember the
Mm-hmm.
famous movie about Jesus that was acted in 2010, and the
Yeah.
people who acted this movie were the whites. So from that picture or from that movie, you'll find that a lot of people are depicting Jesus to be a white person, and it is through that Bible where when the missionaries came also, they
Mm-hmm.
gave the Africans the Bible, and these people were white actually. So it is
Yeah.
through this that we believe that Jesus was a white, because Christianity actually also originated from the white people. That's how we believed, we as Africans. Now, from that point, you'll find that we are not only talking about the white Jesus. We are also saying that we have also been told that the white people are very, very superior. So that's it. So we believe that Jesus was also a white, because he's superior.
So we can say that this all started when colonization started.
Yeah, it started with colonization. Then we went to the famous movie that was acted in 2010. It is through these
Yeah.
people are still seeing the movie. And actually, even if you see that movie, you'll find that the pictures which are currently surrounding around Homestead, it is just showing the same picture of Jesus who they acted in 2010.
But
Yeah.
even
So
I think even before I think even before 2010, because I'm happy. I'm happy to be born 1990 something. So even
yeah,
before 2010, I think at my days back then, 2001 and 2 and 3, I was seeing the pictures that Jesus is white. I was seeing it, by the way. So even before the movie, in churches like Catholic churches and all these churches, even in our home, not our home, but I was going to many homes. I was seeing picture of white Jesus in calendars, pictures of white Jesus. And I think, personally, I think when colonization started, uh, uh, white people were superior. So, and because we as black people, as Africans, maybe we were not capable of writing our own history. They are the one who are writing history. They are the one, like they discovered everything. So in this discoveration, we thought that these people are like God. So I think even us as black people, we manipulated ourselves because we believed we believed that Jesus is white because a white man has acted this movie as a white Jesus, Petro being white, a white Petro. But I think Petro is always black in movies.
yeah,
Not Petro, Judas. Judas is always
yeah,
black
the
in
Judas.
movies.
It is, yeah. What you need to know
Yeah,
that in most of the movies, you'll find that the black people usually act as a bad characters. Now, when
yeah.
even if you go to those famous movies, you'll find a black person acting as a criminal or
Yeah.
as someone who a drug dealer. That's how it
Hmm.
is. It is also the same way they depicted in that movie of
So
Christ.
I
Yes.
was, as I was saying. Even black people, we never had that mind to know that these people are acting according to to the way they think. You know, they are acting according to their nature because they are white. They cannot turn black so that they can act. So sometimes I tend to believe even us black people manipulated ourselves because we didn't have that knowledge to know that if an Indian is acting a movie about Jesus, he will be Indian. If a white
Yes.
person is acting a movie about Jesus, he's white. If a black person is acting movie about Jesus, he will act as black. If a red person is acting a movie about Jesus, he will act as red because they will use their own actors. So we did not have that knowledge to know that these people are portraying Jesus according to their likes. So we carried that mentality this long, just knowing that Jesus is white, instead of knowing that if we are black, if we decide to act our own movie, if we decide to act these movies like 12 disciples, we will be black. So I think, in other hand, we manipulated ourselves.
We manipulated ourselves, that's true, but you have to know that before we manipulated ourselves, these people
Mm.
were really, really manipulating us. Like, like a white person will come to your village. I had a story that a white
Mm-hmm.
person will come to your village, then give you some small gifts, and those small gifts
Mm-hmm.
contain like sweets, clothes. Then they will tell you that give me that land. It is through the same way they told you that when I baptize you, you will go to heaven. Okay, so this is
Yeah.
where people started believing about the white Jesus, and it is through this they indoctrinated many people into
Mm.
Christianity, and up to date, people are really really outwashed about Christianity. Yeah, you all need to
Do
be
you
very
believe?
very careful. Yeah,
Mm, do you believe
I'm
this saying that they are saying the Bible is a story of black people?
The Bible is a story of black people, and that is the truth. It is the truth,
Yeah.
nothing else. Everything in that Bible depicts what happened in Africa and the black history at large. Yes.
Everyone who is watching here, please comment down there so that I can see you and I can thank you for being here. I have my brother here, Golden Boy or Clinton. Please comment down there if you are watching. I see you people who are watching. Comment down here so that I can say thank you to you personally. Today we are talking about black people denying black Jesus. We have made contents. We have go through research to see those white people who are denying black Jesus, and people are like, yeah, our brothers, you need to accept Jesus is black because it's never white again. But we are forgetting there are some black people, a lot of them. You cannot tell them that Jesus is black and they accept it. Have you come across them? I have some. I have some that I tell them that you know Jesus is black, and they'll tell me, no, 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 no. A black Jesus cannot heal someone. A black Jesus cannot. So there's a lot of black people who are in denial of black Jesus. Have you ever come across them?
Actually, I also experienced that when I was,
Mm-hmm.
long time I used to be a
Mm-hmm.
church boy, and I was
Mm-hmm.
really, really famous into churches. Now, there's a time the pastor came with a black cross that Jesus was
Uh-huh.
crucified, and it was a black
Uh-huh.
cross. Majority of us didn't accept that. We were not saying, they were saying that this can't be Jesus. Jesus
Mm-hmm.
must and have to be a white one. So we can't
Mm-hmm.
worship or we can't bow to a black Jesus. So I've come across several people who are also claiming that Jesus is actually a white. Now,
Why
there's
do you
something
think? Uh,
I, I wanted to say why Jesus. There is so much differences about the black Jesus and the. Have you ever heard about Yeshua?
yeah,
So
Yeshua. Yeah.
people are confusing the Yeshua and Jesus. Others are
Mm-hmm.
saying Yeshua was a black, and others are saying Jesus was a white one, and
Yeah.
Jesus only talked about the white history. And Yeshua was also talking about the black people. So there's so much differences, and there's so much contradiction about these two people, where they're saying both of them are actually the saviors, but there's so much big differences between the Yeshua and Jesus. Okay?
Let me take this time. Let me take this time to acknowledge, before you continue, let me acknowledge Afro Grenadian ambassador who is here. Let me acknowledge GV Sudarani. GV Sudarani, welcome. Afro Grenadian, thank you so much for supporting, brother. Okay, continue.
So what really matters is that, no, actually, me, I can say, as much as we are talking about the black Jesus and the white Jesus, what really matters is that we need to go back to our history. We need to go back to the museums. We need to go back to the temples and see who actually the Jesus is. And a lot of histories are actually contained in that, the pyramid, which is in Egypt. Okay, when you go to Egypt, you'll find a lot of histories containing the black people, right from farming to writings to many several activities which are actually being done to date. Me personally, I can say that Jesus was a black. At the same time, I can say Jesus was a white, because me, I was not there.
Yeah. You just told me right now, that you are a church boy, you are going to church, but recently you are not going to church. What happened? What really changed you?
I can't get you. Let me see. There's something here.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for
Oh,
joining.
yeah.
Thank you
Are
for
you getting
joining,
me?
all of you. So I'm trying to ask you. You have just said you are a church boy, and right now you are opening a third
Yes.
eye. So you no longer going to church as you are no longer that religious as you used to be. Same to me. Same to me. I was okay. I was not a church boy, but I was forced to go to church by my grandmother. So I was going because of her. So the time I started being alone, I left going to church. But it's not that I don't go to church, but I pray and I believe to the creator of my life. You know, I'm trying to say that because I'm pointing you in a position of do you believe that African people left their African spirituality and they went to Christian religion, or they went to religious during colonization? What do you think was happening before colonization? What do you think, or how was African uh, praising their creator? How are we worshiping? What how are we worshiping?
Okay, let me tell you something. Before the
Yeah.
colonizers came to Africa, a lot of, you know, that Africa is just a large continent, which with diverse, with different tribes, and also there's so much different countries in Africa. Like we have 54 countries actually. So there are people who are really confusing Africa and a continent and a country. Now in a continent, you'll find, like, let's take Nigeria. Nigeria have different ways of worshiping. Like in each and every tribe in Nigeria, there is so much ways of worshiping and appeasing their gods. The same way when you come to Kenya, there are so many 42 tribes actually, and there are ways of worshiping their own god. Like we Luos, we used to face the lake. There are Gikus who
You
used to
used to
face
face the lake.
the 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 mountain. There are others who used to worship under the tree. There are people.
Yeah.
There are many people who also worship under the shrine. Now, when the colonizers came, they really gave us the Bible, and they told us that for you, in order for you to go to heaven, I need to give you a Christian name, and this Christian name has to be in English. Like you'll find that a lot of Africans actually are having the English word, are having the English
Livingstone.
name. Yeah, like you'll find that Livingstone, like me, for example, like my brother was called Nixon because he was
Yeah.
baptized, but actually was
Okay.
called Alfred. Okay. So
mm,
there are so many ways that
mm,
these people really did us dirty. And it is through the mindset. They really attract our mind. Up to date, you'll find that majority of Africans can't think on their own. Like look at majority of the African leaders. They can't
mm,
think on their own. They can't make decisions on their own. They depend on the Europeans because they believe that these people can give us
mm,
the best decisions. And actually, these people are not giving the best decisions. They are not making Africa to be a great one again. So
mm,
the thing is that these colonizers, these missionaries came to Africa, built schools, built churches. Then in these churches, they started educating or indoctrinating the Christianity. Actually, you'll find that there are so many people who could not attend schools because
mm,
they never had a Christian name. They were not actually baptized. So it is through this way that you'll find that. Okay, before that, I want to say that I'm just using a context of someone who was giving me stories, and he was saying that before these people, these colonizers came, these missionaries came, they had actually had to clear out the elder people. Like they were killing these elder people. So when they are killing you, it is these elder people who contain a lot of information about a certain community. So when they get killed, they're not, these elders are not going to educate the younger ones on how to continue on their living story, on their lifestyle, or to continue of what their ancestors were doing. So it is through
mm,
this way that these people were being indoctrinated because the youths never had words. They never had ways of continuing with their ancestors' way. So they had to actually pick the Christianity. Okay,
yeah,
it's through
yeah.
this way that people were being indoctrinated.
I see Afro-Grenadian ambassador saying, I personally believe that the Bible was misused to control our ancestors. I believe that the Bible was misused to control our ancestors. Do you believe that? That the Bible was misused to control our ancestors?
I can't get you. I don't know what is happening. Shit.
I can hear you personally.
Okay, you can hear me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay,
Now,
bring your question.
as he's setting his gadget, uh, what do you think? Like the title is saying, is black people are denying black Jesus. Have you ever came across a black person and you have told him about the discovery of black Jesus, and they are like, no, 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 black Jesus, damn, it can't happen. A black Jesus cannot. Let me tell you something. I'm not exaggerating, but it's only a black person who can say that I am going to my father. Where I am going, you don't know. And the time I'll be back, you will not know. And now it's like 2,000 years. He hasn't come back. It's only a black person. Okay. Okay. My question was, do you believe the Bible was misused to control our ancestors? Was the Bible misused to control our ancestors?
The Bible, the Bible was misused, and actually there are
Mm,
also some parts of the Bible which were removed. Some chapters of the Bible which were removed. So currently
mm,
we are having 66 chapters total. Is it 66?
mm,
66 something. But actually the original one had 77 chapters.
mm,
So there are some of the chapters which were removed simply to hide the truth from the black people or the Africans. So the Bible totally is talking about the Africans. And even
yeah.
if you go to the originality, you'll find that there are some of the stories which are not linking up according to the Bible. Like right after Cain was killed, uh, where did other people come out from? Where did these people come from? Because we only know that we had four people in the world. Okay, we had
Mhm.
Abel, Adam, Cain, and see what. So does it mean that these people used to marry, or does it mean that there are some of the ways that they were hiding the truth from Africans? So it is really irrelevant. The Bible is irrelevant. According to me,
Na-
it is irrelevant.
mm.
Yeah.
There's a pastor I was talking to him, and we are educating ourselves, and he told me that when Putin came out with that the picture of Black Jesus from the archives, he told me that it was just like a way of fighting the West country, the country they are they are fighting. Like, do you know like, so the people to believe Russia and don't believe what the whites or what the Westerners are saying. I'm
Yeah.
like, a lot of stories is coming out from the
There.
discovery.
Okay. What you need to know before even you
Mm,
know the people who are really knows the truth are the Black
mm,
Americans. These are the people who have lived with the oppressors. These are the people who are seeing police brutality,
mm,
daily killings. These are the people who knows what really happening to their daily lives. So they also know the reason behind why
mm,
these West Europeans are hiding the truth from the Africans.
mm,
Actually, when you go to that story, you'll find that the people who are not having that knowledge were actually the Africans. And Africans didn't have that knowledge about the Black Jesus. They only
mm,
know about the white Jesus because the media the media showed them that they actually have the white Jesus. So the people really know the truth and they know what is really happening in this world are the Black Americans. Majority of the Black Americans are awoke. Yes.
mm.
So the Africans are still
Somebody told
sleeping
me,
and yeah.
yeah, somebody told me if the Bible was really the word of God, it could end all this chaos that we see in our countries. Like, could end the wars, it could end this issue of drought. So they are trying to say Bible is not really the word of God. I heard that from Maponga Joshua. Is it Joshua or Joseph Maponga? He said that
Joshua,
the Bible is
Joshua.
not Joshua Maponga. It's not really the word of God. And I think us, the youths, if you don't take your time to research, we are confused, or we are confusing ourselves more and more, because I have I've done meetings with different pastors, asking them, do you believe in Black Jesus as a pastor? And he was like, let me tell you, my son, don't be confused by the things of dunia. And I'm like, Pastor, just tell me, what do you believe as a pastor? Do you believe that Jesus is black, or do you believe that Jesus is white? And one of them told me, like, have you ever seen anything good coming from Africa? Have you ever seen anything good coming from a black person? He was a pastor, black pastor, just telling me, in Africa, you see chaos. In Sudan, you see wars. In Congo, you see. How can Jesus be black and yet Africa or black people are the bad ones? And I was like, okay, preach on, pastor, preach on, pastor. I'm listening. I'm like, damn. So even black people or black pastors, even themselves, they don't believe in this, that they can be a black Jesus. They just saying that, black people are not civilized, black people are criminals, black people are blah blah blah. So that means Jesus can never be black. Jesus is only white because white people are good people. They brought education, they brought medication, they are helping us, they are giving us IMF, they are helping countries that are fighting. That means they are godly people. So that is, they are saying. So he was saying that no black people can do something like that. And I was
Yeah,
starting to believe.
yeah. You don't need
So
to
we
believe
have
in those.
mm,
Yes, I'm
we
listening.
have we have stories. If you go from one pastor to another, and I came to ask myself, by the way, to be a Christian, to be a pastor, to be a reverend, you need to go to learn. You cannot be ordained if you have not gone to school. So, but African spirituality, how we were praising ourselves, you facing the lake, others going to the mountain, lawyers under the tree, and it did not need any education, extra education. But for this Christianity or this religion, you need to go to be taught. What are you going to learn? And yet you are a person who is ordained by God Himself. What are you going to learn there? So I put question mark on these issues too. Personally, I don't know if you are getting me or understanding what I'm
I'm
trying to
getting
say.
you. Okay. There are some people who go through that ordainship, through that period.
They
You'll
go,
find that he's telling
they're going to school to learn
ordainship like,
about
I
to
want
be
to
a
be a
pastor.
pastor, I want to be a bishop. So when they're
Mm,
being told actually the truth. So when someone realizes the truth, he will stop from there and will say that no, there's no need of becoming a Christian. So I'm going back to my African roots. And actually,
yeah.
if you see the differences between the Christianity, or let me talk about the religion and
Mm-hmm,
spirituality, you'll find that there is so much strict rules which are making people to suffer right now. If you want to
mm,
be very, very free man, you need to start focusing on the spirituality, because these are things which you can do about manifestation. You can
mm,
follow the laws of the world. Like we have the laws of assumption. We have many laws which are describing the earth, and these are things which
mm,
people are not talking about. But when you go to religion, like when you talk about the Muslims no longer, they don't allow their women to face themselves, or to wear these naked clothes which are showing their
mm,
face or their legs.
mm, yeah.
When you go to Christianity, you'll find that people are following the 10 commandments, that I don't need to steal, I don't need to do this, because when I follow these 10 commandments, I may go to heaven. Or when I do this, I may go to heaven. And actually, these are things which are not existing. Our ancestors did them, but they were not helpful. The only thing that were helpful is about the Christianity, is about the spirituality, where
Mm,
you are supposed to appease your ancestors. It is through this appeasing of your ancestors you'll get anything you want in this world. So
mm,
everything contains spirituality, right from the
mm,
moon, right from women menstruating, right from many things
mm,
contains spirituality. The falling of tides and the rising of tides. Those are
mm,
types of things which are depicting what is actually happening in this world.
yeah. So why do you think why do you think a lot of black people, okay, we may say white people or the whites, a lot of them, they know the truth, but they are you know, they don't want to they don't want to tell out the truth, but they know the truth. Why do you think black people cannot, most of them, like, let me tell you for free, like 80% or 90% of black people, they are denying the fact that Jesus is black? Why do you think it's like that?
One is because about restriction. Majority of people don't have media to show or to
Mm,
tell the truth.
mm,
Like, they are only listening, or they actually want to experience this in Africa.
mm,
And that's why you find that
mm,
many people want to come to Africa to experience these, the African roots, or
mm,
their ancestral ways. And we are talking about the Black Americans. The Black
mm,
Americans, like I said, 80% of them knows who the true Jesus is. Like when you go to European countries, the Western countries, right now
mm,
you'll find that many churches are not full. Many people are not attending churches. And there's a
mm,
street interview which I saw where they were being asked, "Do you believe in Jesus?" And people are saying no. Like 90% of the people in that video were saying no, Jesus is not is not God. Jesus is not
mhm.
this. We don't believe in Jesus. Yeah, so 80% of people know that we are actually not worshiping the right Jesus, and that is the white Jesus. Like when you go to the churches, you'll find that right now people are ordaining, or they're having this wedding of lesbians, they're having wedding
Mm,
of gayism. So it means that Christianity has really fallen, and people are actually not believing into it. And people are waking up
yeah.
and saying that I better go to my African root. I better start believing in what the earth really is. I better start studying my body. I better start studying the earth. Yeah, so these are the kind of things which are really, really helpful, and not Christianity, where you find that someone spends almost 20 years depicting about a history which actually never happened and were written by human beings. So that's how it is. It is, it is. Let it be.
Let it be as it is.
Yeah.
Somebody, I was in town one day. I was walking in Nairobi city, and there's this not young man, is old, is a celebrity acting in one of these Kenyan soaps, and he was a little bit tipsy, you know. So he met us and he told us, he told us, young men, how are you? And we say, we good. And he started talking, saying that no, let nobody tells you that uh, you will get favor or blessing from anywhere. The blessing, first of all, you have to respect the mother nature, and you have to respect the soil. You have to respect your parents, because these people are your God. And he was telling me the parents are your God because they are the one you know who brought you to this earth, and the soil is your God because it is the one who is it, the soil is giving you food. And when, even if when you die, you are going back to that soil because it is the one that brought you to life, and it will take you back to life, and it's giving you food. The soil is giving you oil, it is giving you gold, it is giving you all good things. And he was telling me, why why are you deceived going to church or to kneel down, to raise your hands up and to pray to someone who you don't know, you don't see, and just believing this someone is will give you something? And the white people, they are here, they are digging to that soil, they want that land so that they can get gold there, they can get uranium there, they can get oil there. But they are telling you as an African to kneel down to pray so that you can receive blessings. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm being confused, because when I'm go right, they are telling me this, left, they are telling me this. And I was like, he's right, and
Yeah.
I don't know if he's wrong, but I'm just, every day I'm trying to do my research and to open my third eye to know what's really happening. Because the way he told me, it is convincing. It is convincing that we were being told our gold and our wealth and richness, it's heaven. But right now, what we need to do, it is to kneel down. And a lot of people, more so, a lot of believers, uh, they are persevering, or they are not getting it well, because they are spending their time like praying and hoping that a miracle will happen. They are selling their lands to go to pastors so that they can get miracles. So what this man said, that your God, this motherland, this nature, this soil is what you need, and this your parents, they are your God. Do you think he was right?
Yeah, he was right, 100% right. You need to go
Mm,
back to your ancestors. You need to start appeasing your ancestors. You need to
mm,
start, like, when you want something from something to happen in your life, you need to start
mhm,
giving like sacrifices. And that's why you'll find that in Christianity, they often have that something called tithe. Like, you need to give 10% of your tithe every month so
mm,
that you can be blessed. You can be blessed. And I usually tell my brothers and my sisters, where I meet them daily, that
mm,
you are a God, and there's no God that exists in heaven,
mm,
like in the sky. You are the God. You are the person who writes your own history. You are the person who knows what to do next. You are the person who need to change your
mm,
lifestyle, and not only having a short term. Like, when you come
mm,
to Africa, majority of the Africans want a short term thing. Like, they want something to happen immediately.
mm,
Okay, and that's why they usually go to church. But if you go to churches, you'll find that the people who usually go to church are the people who are having problems. The people who are having problems, they want something to happen in their life, this and this.
mm,
So that's how it is, and people are really, really confused. They are not opening their eyes. And when you tell them and you quote even certain Bible, there is so much illiterate amongst the Christianity more so. Like recently you have seen there is so much corruption. There's so much there are many bad things happening in churches. Like a Christian, a church, a pastor becomes a gay, marrying a certain pastor who is also a gay. People going to churches but there are a lot of problems in Christianity, and that is not the right way to go. The right way to go is when you start going back to what
Do you think?
your
Do
ancestors
you
taught.
think? Do you think? Do you think this? Do you think these problems started with the being brainwashed about believing what we are believing, the wrong beliefs, believing that Jesus is white and all that? Do you think all these problems started by that? Because if at first we created a problem by believing a wrong person, or by do you think the problem started from there?
The problem started from when we have unemployment rates. There is something that they call the government I think is the problem here, because
Mm,
when the government does not create enough opportunities for every citizen,
mm,
people often use certain tricks in order for them to survive. And that's why
mm,
you'll find that when you come to Jamaica, you go to Kenya, there are a
mm,
lot of churches. There are a lot of churches actually. And people are really, really brainwashed in those churches. Like you'll find
mm.
that someone will be washed or will be bathed in a church naked, simply because he wants something to happen in his or her life.
In Islam,
And that is
yeah.
brainwashing. Uh,
Someone, Afro Grenadian, is saying, I will urge our ancestors knew exactly who God is. They knew God is spirit, but it is those who misuse the Bible are the one who associated God with their color. By the way, this issue of color, a lot of people, most of them say that it doesn't matter which color is Jesus, even if it's yellow, if it's white, glowing like grapes, white as snow, it doesn't matter the color of Jesus. Talk about that. Do you think it matters?
it doesn't matter because there's nobody. Even you,
Mm-hmm.
even if you go to 1980s, 18
Mm-hmm.
what? These are things which happened before Christ and after Christ. Those are 1300. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's someone who has an history, actual color of a black Jesus and a white Jesus. And that's why I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you that this is something that was just actually was
Mm-hmm.
written by someone.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about Jesus, I don't know the color of Jesus. You don't know the
Mm-hmm.
color of Jesus. When you ask your ancestors, your grandfather, your what,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know the actual color of Jesus. So
Yeah.
that's it. And another one is about the spirit. People
Mm-hmm.
usually say that when I do wrong, I will go to hell. So I personally believe there's no hell and there's no
Mm-hmm.
heaven. And hell and heaven only exist in this earth. The hell
Mm-hmm.
is when you are sad, is when you are sick. That is the hell I believe in. It's when you
Mm-hmm.
are in a poor state of a human being. And
When
the
you don't have
heaven,
money.
yeah, when you don't have money, that is the hell.
Yeah.
When you have money, when that is heaven. So I believe that
Mm-hmm.
heaven and earth exist
Mm-hmm.
on here on earth, and there's nothing like heaven and earth after death or
Mm-hmm.
before death. So those are some of the things that I know and I have learned from my fellow people who have also told me that, and they've also told me that a spirit a spirit can never burn. So
Mm-hmm.
that's also one thing, that a spirit can never burn. So how comes that hell exists? So there's nothing like that.
Afro Granade is saying exactly Jesus has no color, he's a spirit. They that worship him must do so in spirit and truth, not as a black or a white person. But then for those who are watching, we are just discussing and commenting or reacting on this issue of black people denying black Jesus, because a lot of black people does not associate, or they cannot believe that Jesus is black, because they always say, no, 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 no black person can do such great things we have been told in the Bible. No, such a black person can heal person. It's only white people who have miracles. And do you know, if you are watching, I am with my brother Golden Boy. Can you say your YouTube channel so that they can go and follow you there?
It is Golden Boy Clinton.
Golden Boy. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you know, in Kenya here, we had someone who came, I think it was in 2020. There's a church in somewhere called Kitengela. They invited a white person who resembled that Jesus who is in the picture, and people flooded there because they knew that we are going to meet Jesus, and this is the church. We are going to receive miracles. And this Jesus was going around around Nairobi, and people were taking pictures. Africans, oh my God, Africans, Kenyans were taking pictures, and even one of them sent a picture to me in an inbox. Hey, Kenyan Beast, see, I have Jesus here, and I was like, damn, Jesus in Nairobi, Kenya, in Kitengela, and let me tell you, that crusade was packed to the full because a white person dressed like the Jesus we see in movies. Are we really going to heaven with this mindset? Are we really getting it as Africans? Are we really getting what is happening in this spiritual life, or we are just following what's happening? because that church made a lot of money. It made a lot of money because the next Sunday, people came from Kitale, people came from, these parts, every county of Kenya, just to go there. And, this church brought Jesus. This is where we are. And that Jesus even acted, he acted on the stage, he healed the blind person, and he told even someone, walk, because I have. So I think Africans, we are not getting it. We are not getting this spiritual life, because if that happened, I know you have seen that video. It is even in my
I've seen
channel.
it.
It is even in my
Yeah.
channel. I talked about it when Jesus came himself to Nairobi, Kenya. Now, I have Hot 100 here saying the issue Jesus color is getting hot. Yeah, Hot 100 saying Jesus color issue is getting hot. Now, um, I came across a person, just a black person here in my country, and he was telling me that this Jesus, that we have started claiming that he is black. And he asked me a question. Why didn't you started claiming him as black way back? Which answer could you give?
I can give the answer is when I discovered media.
Mm,
When I discovered that media is actually lying to our fellow Africans. Do you know
mm,
when you go to when you ask these people from the other world, they will
mm.
tell you that actually majority of Africans are up to date, living
Yeah.
under the tree, living in the tree. These people are in mud thatched houses. These people
Mm,
are underdeveloped. They don't believe that Africans have they have cities. So I will tell this person that when I discovered media, and it is through this media like YouTube, WhatsApp, you find you connect with their friends. So they're giving you information. And
mm,
the best way that you can get information is through TikTok. TikTok
mm.
has many histories, many
Yeah.
truths which are hidden. And the next one is about the movies. The movies also depict what is actually happening in Africa.
Mm,
Now, did you know that it is not only about this lying of Jesus being white? They also
yeah.
lied to you about the space exploration. They told us that they actually went to the moon. They actually went to see the Mars. the Jupiter. These are things which are not existing. They just want to
It is
make you
it is
fear
fiction.
them. These are fictions. There's nothing there. I'm telling you, the religion and this space exploration. These are one of the biggest scams happening in Earth, because when they tell you that they actually explored moon, you will believe them, and you will believe and will
Yeah.
say that these people are really, really superior. These things are not happening. There's nobody. And actually, this movie was acted here in Africa, in Northern Sahara here, in Africa. So everything is scam. This, you need to be very, very careful of information you are taking in or you are getting from. So media was one of the scams.
Granadian ambassador is saying, I am a believer of Jesus of the Bible, who has no color, not the European version of Jesus. Jesus himself said, many will depart from sound doctrine and believe lies and demonic theories. It is satanic to even believe if Jesus is a man. I'll have to disagree with some of the things brother said. This argument here is good to go. Afro Granadian is saying that it's satanic to believe even if Jesus is a man. Okay? You heard that?
Yeah. We need to talk about that also. Like,
yeah.
we need to talk about Jesus, because, like, have you ever seen a woman like your mother? Jesus is acting like a mother. Like, he's really, really in provision. Is what you ask is what you'll get. So I don't know if Jesus is also in a feminine or a malign energy. I don't know, but majority will find that he's really acting like a feminine. He's having that feminine energy. Like, when you ask for something, he will give you. He will also forgive you. So we are really, really contradicting about the gender of Jesus. But what I can tell is Jesus is somehow feminine. He's not a male.
He's not a male.
Jesus is not a...
Hey, this is new. So I think we have talked a lot about that, and we have shared our views. Because all we wanted to react on is that why do you think black people are denying the fact that Jesus is black, and they are saying they cannot believe in someone who is black because they don't believe in black. You know, even black people does not believe in themselves. Do you know that?
Yeah, that's the problem. We don't believe in ourselves. That's why we are relying on other people's information. And that's why we are being misled.
So it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. I was reacting on one video and I was saying, if you are walking in the street of Nairobi or in the street of Accra or in the streets of let me say Nairobi and Tanzania, and you are passing somewhere in a corridor, and a black person is following you behind, a black person with a body, you know? Do you know, as a black person, as a very black person, you will have some questions on your mind like, who is this guy? Why is he following? Even you will start running. But if you are walking in the street of Nairobi in a corridor and you see a white man following you, you don't have, even you want to wait him so that you can say, hello, Zungu. Why is it like that? Why are we even scared of our own self?
Hey, these people really did us bad. Said, I told you these people attacked our... I told you these people attacked our mindset. They attacked our mindset. They told us that they are the superior one. Like, when you'll find that when a black American come to Africa, you will not welcome the same way when a white person comes to Africa, because you believe that these white people have goodies. Like, they will give you a small token, but these black people are not going to give you. So it is that way.
Like when you see a white person in the street, you are like, I was seeing a video of Kino Yoves. I don't know if you know Kino. Called what? This guy who cycled.
Kino, yes, yeah.
He was in Tanzania, and he was passing across Tanzania, and this guy from Tanzania was telling him, hello, give me something to eat, give me, and I'm like, and then Kino was, I am coming in your country, I'm a tourist. I don't have something. I'm giving your country money. I'm paying taxes. They are cutting me. Why do you want me to give you something? Go and work and get something. And this Tanzanian guy is like, at Sina, I don't have. Give me something small. And whenever we see a white person, we just see like, he's God. And that's why they have created these pictures of their gods.
Yeah.
Like, we see them coming
Yeah.
here. Maybe in his country is very poor, but he's here, and now I think I need to take I think I need to take my fellow Kenyans who have that mentality. I take them to South Africa where there's a mixture of white and black, and we'll find there's a white people living in the ghetto suffering just like
That
other black
these
people.
people are suffering, and they can't believe that these people are suffering.
Yeah,
There,
they
there is so
can't.
much problems. There are so much problems happening amongst the black people. Like we are not accepting to be the superior ones. We are not accepting. We are never. We will forever remain that way. Only if we change our mindset is when the
Our
things.
mentality
Yeah.
our mentality is just being surrounded into poverty, and I think okay, it's a story for another day. We will talk another day that story, but I think when the colonizer came, or when the whites came to Africa, they knew that we know a lot of things. Of course, we knew about how to worship our God. We knew how to to treat ourselves. We knew how to do many things. So for them to come, for them to conquer, they had to change each and every system, starting from religion, going to how the cure, how the medicine, they came with hospitals, they came with churches, they came with education, they came with firearms, they came with everything. They made sure that they have changed everything from our system to their system so that they can start controlling us. And now is years after years we are thriving on their, we are riding on their backs.
It is called the white system. The white system. Right from you're getting back,
Some, yeah.
you get back, you
uh,
go through the education, the white system, you think you'll get a job, then you retire, then you die. That is the only way.
yeah,
And our,
it is a system that we
yeah,
were put inside, and they make
yeah,
sure they I think when they came, when they wanted to change everything, I think they captured the minds of younger ones. So those, the children's, because they knew the older people will revolt, so they came to teach these things to the children's, the
yeah.
younger ones. So
I was telling you that these people, when they
mm,
came to your village, they had to make
mm,
sure that they have cleared your elders. Like these are things that happen in Gikuyu here in
yeah,
Kenya. They cleared, they made sure
yeah,
that the elder people are dead. So after taking them, they take the younger ones, they start teaching them about the goods of being a Christian, about the ways of
mm.
getting educated, getting the new ways, the white ways. That's how these people conquered us. So they attacked the younger minds, like you said.
Hot 100 is saying color does not matter, white, black, it doesn't matter, Christianity does not matter. That's just a religion. Your belief is what matters as an individual. Is saying too, God will help everyone, whether white or black. Christians are not strong, Muslims are not strong, Hindus are not strong. Only believers are strong. Uh, Now, I have a question. I have a question to Afro Granadian and Hot 100. This question comes from Raisa Kegne, Raisa Kenjen. He is asking Afro Granadian ambassador and Hot 100, do you deny Black Jesus? I want you, Afro Granadian, to comment down there, and Hot 100 comment down there. The question is to you, asking, do you deny Black Jesus? Because a lot of Black people are denying Black Jesus because they are in this mentality that this Jesus we found worshiping him is white, is helping people, blah blah blah. So when you come and tell them about black Jesus, nobody will believe that. So this question for Afro Grenadian and Hot 100: do you deny or do you believe in black Jesus? That is tough one. My brother, spiritual
Yes.
life is very tough. Even for me to start reacting on these topics, it took me time because I was deeply believing in what I was told when I was young with my grandmother. And for just one day to wake up and change and say, you know what? I have accepted that Jesus is black. It takes a lot of, let's say, Yeshua.
A
Yeshua.
lot of energy.
But right now, I say that because a lot of people say that white Jesus became popular due to movies. But I say that those who acted in movies were white people, so they had to act as white. Those who acted in movie as black. But again, I was somewhere, and there is this a lawyer person from Kenya who has acted this movie of Jesus. Is even talking in language, Kenyan language, and the people in the movie were like in the hall were like, no, what is this? What is this, Bwana? Jesus cannot be black. This guy is an imposter. They have already pictured the picture of a white person sitting somewhere in heaven and controlling everything. Now, the answer is here. Afro Grenadians say, yes, I deny Jesus is black or white. We fail to understand Jesus is not a mortal human being. He is God himself who was in the body of a man. Linza Wright say that you guys don't believe. Raisa Kegne say that body has had a color, right? If he existed, he fell into a racial category. What color was he? Maybe you don't believe he actually lived. By the way, that's a good question. That's a good question. This man, he was born. He was born from somebody, from a community. And for you to accept someone, we need to know who you are. For we to believe in someone, we need to believe who we are. So that man, Jesus or Yeshua, had a color. He had a color. Because even the Bible says God gave his only son, okay, in human
Yes.
body. Because we have three types. We have God the Spirit, the Son, the Spirit, and God the Father, the Son, and the
The sun.
Spirit. So if we talk about God the Father, he's God. If we talk about God the Spirit, we know about the Spirit. So if we talk about God the Son, that God gave us, whom he was born from a womb of a woman, which color was he? We need, even if we are saying color doesn't matter, but the Bible is telling us he was born in spiritual, spiritual pregnancy. So we need to know the color. Personally, I don't say that the color doesn't matter. Personally, I always say the color matter because we need to get the truth. Which color, which body, or the body had a color. You fall into a racial category. So it's not that color doesn't matter in spirit, but color matters in body form. Are we
Yes.
together?
Yeah, together.
Ah, Lisa Wright said, you guys don't believe. I believe. I believe in the creator of my life. I believe in God who is giving me this what I'm breathing. I believe he's making me to wake up every morning and give me life. Hot 100 is saying, listen, I'm not denying anything. All of us, we don't have an evidence of the color of Jesus. And that's why we are gathered here. But I have a question. After knowing Jesus is black or white, what next? That's a good question. Afro-Grenadian saying that is the whole problem, Kenyan beast. The lies Jesus warned us about, the white man says God is three person when he is not. Okay? Afro-Grenadian saying Jesus is not three person. Not God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. I can agree with him. I want you, Golden Boy, to answer Hot 100. After knowing Jesus is black or white, what next?
It is nonsense, purely nonsense. People need to go back to their ways of worshiping.
Yeah.
People need to start worshiping you need to start going back to your old ways, because this new way, it is not helping at all. See, majority of people are really flocking in the churches, and majority of the answers which they are going for are not being answered. Like you'll find that someone prayed for a car in 2010. Up to date, he doesn't have a car. Actually, he's languishing in poverty. So after knowing Jesus, no, we need to start going back to our old ways of getting the materialistic things, of getting the spiritual things, of getting the earthly things. So if you want your things to go to align well in your life, you need to start following the laws of the earth. You need to start following the laws and everything that concerns the earth.
Hot 100 asking is Golden Boy, you have a question here. They are asking you, how many gods do you think we are?
We are billions of God. Everybody is a God. Even you beast, you are a God. And I heard from someone who said, not even heard, I've seen a lot of information where they're saying that when immediately you are born, you are assigned something to do in this world, earth. And that's why I'm telling you, you are the creator of your own earth, of your own world. Like there are many ways of succeeding in this world. There are many ways of achieving your things. Like you, for example, you have many of your brothers. You find that someone is a helper, is helping is somewhere. Someone is a teacher, other one is a doctor, there are many ways. So when you are brought in this earth, you are assigned something to do, and that's the only way to do it. And you are the God. You are the majority. You are the God. The blacks are the God. The whites are the God. Everybody is a God. And there's no God that exists.
They're asking you, where do you get all these gods?
Where do I get this God? Where do I get this God?
Yeah, they're asking you, where are you getting this God from? All these gods. It's a good question. Now, there's something here. There's something here we are going to finish, because I'm seeing we have glitches. We're going to finish, but let's finish with this. The whole problem, Kenyan beast, the lies Jesus warned us about white man, say God is three person. So, just a question. Afro-Granada have said that Jesus warned us about the lies about white man saying God is three person, and I think from the Bible, we have seen the Bible is being written that we have God gave His only Son. Okay, so I think we are talking about this Son, the Son, and when the Son went back to heaven, He said, "I have left the Spirit, Roho Mtakatifu. I have left the Spirit with you." And that's why we usually say we have spirits that guide us. And during the Jesus time, we had Jesus was leading us, and we have God. So,
okay,
so
the old Bible, I want to tell you, the old Bible is a metaphor, and they don't actually mean what you see or you have read in the Bible. Like, let's talk about the metaphor of Adam and Eve. So Eve ate the apple, right? Now, what is that apple? Do you think it is the real apple that you think? I actually have that picture. I actually have that picture of the apple that Eve ate. So everything in the Bible is a metaphor. So you just need to be very, very careful. They don't actually
I've,
mean.
we have a question to you, Golden Boy. If we have many gods and we are God, why are you saying we should go back to our original way of believing? Who are we going back to believe in if we are God? And if we are the gods, as you are saying,
Yes.
you also see that when we were born, we were assigned something to do. If Golden Boy is God, so why doesn't he have authority over his life? Why getting assigned? Why don't you have
Look,
authority over your life?
I have authority over my life. I can say
Yeah,
I want to go to Mombasa. I have authority.
and you and
I
you
have
go.
authority over my life. I can
Very
do
true.
anything I want. Actually, even right now, I can decide and say I want to be something, and that's what I want. And this is why I'm telling you that there's
Mm,
so much things that people need to learn. And don't waste your time in those education system. Don't waste your time
mm,
in CD, Christianity, what religion. Just go
mm,
back and listen to what your elders are telling you. Like
mm,
for example, when you want to do that, like these people, like the white people, are practicing
mm,
the project astral projection. Like
mm,
they're removing their souls from their body at night or at any time. Then that soul will walk
mm,
over certain places. So I'm telling you
mm,
that you as an individual, you have the authority of what
mm,
you want to do in this world. Like you'll find that, for example, like in our
mm,
school, you'll find that someone was really, really a failure. Then all of a
mm,
sudden he said that no, I don't want this. I want to do this. And over time, you'll find that he's
mm.
achieving the things which he wanted. So you have the authority over your soul and over your body.
And there's a question for people who are in the chat. Question for Hot 100. Question for Granadian. Does anyone in the chat? Does anyone believe the devil is real? Do you believe devil is real?
The devil is that person again.
Mhm.
There's nothing like the devil.
Nothing like the
Like
devil.
I can decide to be a devil. Like I can decide to be a murderer.
Mm,
I can decide
mm,
to be a thief. So those are the devil. I'm
mm.
telling you that everything that exists doesn't exist
Mhm.
outside. It exists
Okay.
inside on this earth. Like there are also evil spirits. There are also good
Uh-huh.
spirits. Like we
Mhm,
as Christian, we as people who have woken up somehow,
mhm,
we like
mhm.
we add stories from the voodoo. Like when you go to the voodoo, you'll find that there are people who can
Bodo.
raise the from the voodoo from Haiti,
Yeah.
happening from Haiti, happening in
Yeah.
Nigeria. These people need to
Yeah.
go and start studying about this. Like when you go even to
Mhm,
Zimbabwe, there are people who are
mm.
being raised from the dead. So the evil is the devil.
Ra- ra-
The good spirit
mm.
is the angel.
You have a question from Raisa Kenjen, uh, asking, do you believe in the Bible?
I don't.
You are in hot soup.
I only,
Do you believe in the
I only
Bible?
read. I only read it as a book. It is just a mere
Uh-huh.
book.
Uh-huh.
And people are saying it's a spiritual book, but me, I'm reading it as
Mhm.
a mere book. Yeah. So
So you don't
I
believe
don't
in
believe
the Bible?
I don't believe in those things. Tell him I don't believe because actually you
Uh-huh.
can this. I want to ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
What would happen if you were born in China? You'll be worshiping what God?
Or in India?
Or in India, you'll be worshiping. So
Cows.
these are things we have been forced with to do. We have been forced. No, you need to worship this. You need to do this. No, I'm not doing that. I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
different. I'll be doing what I was signed to do. I'll be doing what I want. Like I can
Mm-hmm.
say I want. Yeah, that's the thing I will be doing. But I won't be following that line that when I'm born, I need to be a Christian. I need to be baptized. No, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So someone is telling you you are losing it. You are losing the whole point because a message to you when you slept yesterday, you believed you will wake up today. Okay, whom did you believe in that you will wake up today? Or
Myself.
whom will you believe, or whom will you believe that will wake up?
Like this.
Whom do
I
you
want to
believe
tell
will
you
whom do you believe will wake up tomorrow? Whom do you believe will wake up tomorrow? It's a good question, by the way.
that. And
Mm,
whom do I believe will wake me to? I don't know.
yeah.
Me, I'm just going with what the earth is, is in control of. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually not believing that there's an outside spirit or there's a
Mm, mm,
major God out above me
mm,
who is telling me
mm-hmm.
that tomorrow you'll be doing this. Like
Mm,
go to churches, you'll find that there's so much problems. There are so many
mm-hmm.
problems. Like you may go even to hospitals. You believe that this person will wake up to tomorrow after you
Mm-hmm.
have prayed. You have prayed almost 3 hours praying for this person so that he can be healed. Then the next
Mm-hmm.
day, this person is dead. So I'm telling these people the things that they are believing in. Majority
Mm-hmm.
of them are really really false, and that they need
Mm-hmm.
to start looking back to their
Mm-hmm.
ancestrals, to
Mm-hmm.
their spiritual world. We need to tell
So,
them that even these great leaders, they are not
mm,
going into these. There are so many spiritual. There is so many fights in the African continent and the other continent, and it is through these spiritual fights. So everything
mm-hmm.
is really, really spiritual. So you all need to be very careful about this.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Yes.
Raisa is saying a lot of people deny black Jesus as long as they don't prefer a white man as God. It's okay. Not everybody prays to the same savior. I love that. I love that. Not everyone is praying to the same savior. Because if Hindus, Hindus, they have their own savior. They are praying to their own saviors, and things are going well to them. Okay? Muslims have their own savior. Chinese have their own saviors, and things are going all right to them. Uh, atheists have their own savior. Those
So
who
why
don't
is
believe.
it Christianities? Why is it Africa that are only having the Jesus? And when you start rebuking this, that will go to hell. You'll go to. These are the kind of things that majority of Africans really, really fear. They don't want to
Mm,
wake up from that reality.
mm,
They
mm,
believe that when I tell this, I will. When you say this, something
mm,
bad will happen to you. Something this will
mm,
happen to you, and you are really, really seeing that when you start doing that, you'll start
mhm,
living in a free world, living
mhm.
in a free,
So,
free, free
so
world.
someone is asking you, yeah? You have a YouTube channel as Golden Boy. When you post your video, you hope for subscribers. So, to whom are you hoping? Is it yourself? Then, if it's yourself, you are supposed to post and hit 1 million sub. You are in a hot seat, and I will say,
Beast, beast,
there,
tell that person that there are laws. There are laws of attraction, laws of
yeah,
assumption,
yeah,
and
the,
through those you'll find that everything will happen in the line
mm,
of what you believe.
mm,
Like for
uh,
example, when I want to become a president, I'll start
mm,
living like a president. I start giving like a president, and
yeah,
with no time, I will be a president. So
mm,
everything takes time, and everything is through the laws of the earth. Okay,
yeah.
so
I've come up.
tell these people
I
that
think somehow, I always believe on the laws of the earth. Uh, if you follow the rules of the earth, you go succeed. Okay,
yes,
that's what I always believe. And the rules of the earth is to live according to, you know, because if during our ancestors' time before colonization, I think those people are living according to the rules of the earth, and everything was going on well. We didn't have
you don't believe in
those
miracles. People
so-called
still believe that
chaos.
there's miracles. There is no
Mm,
miracle. There
yeah.
is no miracle. There is nowhere that a pastor will come and twist. When my head was twist, that he will
Mm,
when you pray for me, my head will go straight.
mm,
When my hand was twist, that my hand will no. There's nothing like that. There's no miracle. And
Yeah.
this is where you find that many Christians are going to church because they want an immediate miracle. They want something immediate. And when you start following these laws, tell that guy to go and follow, to read about the laws. There are many laws that are actually talking about art and are actually talking about the spirituality. So when you
Okay.
follow these things, things will come into reality. And that's why I'm telling you that you are the God only if you start following this.
Uh, uh, Someone is telling Golden Boy, he says he doesn't believe in the Bible, but he's saying if you want to be president, you start living like a president, and sooner or later you will be. This is directly from the Bible. Okay. Again, he's saying that Second Timothy 2:15, whatever a man thinks, so is he. You hear that? Whatever you think. So if today you decided to think you are president of United States of America, you will be. But personally, the rules of the act says that the president is Trump. But that's right. Again,
It was just an
Raisa
example.
saying,
It was just an
yeah,
example.
yeah. Raisa is saying prayers do work. Your prayer may not cure the blind, but they can cure the mind. Very true. Prayers work. I am evidently on that because for me personally, let me tell you a story, a short story. When I am going to do some things, like for example, it's Hitman, and I haven't paid my rent, and I see that everywhere. There is somewhere I just go. I don't go to church. There's somewhere I just go behind my place, and I tell my creator. I always tell God, God, it is Hitman. Do something for me. I'm your son. You are the one who brought me to this earth. I don't know how I came, but if you brought me to this earth and you gave me life, why do you want me to suffer? Pay my rent. And let me tell you, things happen. So prayers do what? Believe in that. That's good. Depends whom you are praying to. If you are praying to God because of Jesus, because of color, but if you are praying to through go through this earth, the issue here is people are believing wrong things. We have things we need to believe. We are our own creator, and we need to believe in some things that are not ours. That's the problem. Uh, the Embu girls said tuned in. You can go and subscribe to my channel, boy. And again, what one told said, even beast the state is only one. So different religion, different. The way of living is different, but one savior, one God. To this one savior, one God. But why do why do Christians think to hell and them to go to hell? And most of the Christians will go to hell and then they go to heaven. Even Christians, those who are going to church on Saturday, think those ones who are going to Sunday, they will go to hell and them will go to heaven. You know,
Yeah, they're also in that position of that they don't celebrate Christmas. You're not celebrating
yeah,
Christmas. You're not celebrating. So
Christmas is,
do you see there's so much contradiction in that? There's so
yeah,
many
there's a lot of
contradictions.
contradiction. There's a lot of contradiction in this religion issue, and more so in Christianity. A lot of contradiction. But I believe in something. I believe in when you wake up or when you are sleeping, and personally, that's personally. When I go to sleep, I tell God, God, I want to sleep. Please, God, make sure I wake up tomorrow, because you know. And when I wake up tomorrow, I tell God it's morning. Whatever I'm going to eat today, you are the one providing, because I did not ask you to bring me on this earth. You brought me on this earth, so you have cater for my service. And when I'm praying that prayer, I'm not thinking that I'm praying to any white something or any black something. I'm praying to someone who created me. I'm praying to one giving me life. That's me. So I don't know what I don't know what I don't know you who are watching here how to pray. I don't go somewhere to leave someone and I do this tool within me. I pray to one who created me. And the one who created me wants me to live in a righteous way. You don't have to hold my hand and say, I stand. You don't want to do that. I know my creator what he wants. He wants me not to kill someone because he has created them. He wants me not to steal from them. I know that. And even before colonization, even before the white people came and this and everything, the African people, the African spirituality, the people we our ancestors knew and they knew. So the one who came with the Bible with the religion, they came just to misinterpret or to add sugar and salt. How can you add sugar and salt into ice cream? The ice cream is just sweet without all those things. You are coming with tomato, onion, you are just spoiling ice cream. So I think that's where, but all, all in all, God will not help Jews or Adventists, so that God will help a believer. Okay, you hear that?
Yes.
Someone saying this must be fun. Wish I was here. We have poor Christians and rich Christians. Why is this so? It's because we have Christians who are believers and Muslim who are believers. Have you? Do you know Elon Musk?
Yes.
Is he a believer to some?
I don't think if he's a believer. And actually,
You don't
I've
believe?
always told
You
the
don't
people
believe? You don't believe?
yeah, the people who are
Yeah.
believing to this, you know that they're always way back. They're not. Yeah, they're somehow poor. Somehow
Embu
poor.
girls, this must be funny. Wish I was here. Yeah, you can join us next time. You can be here and we talk about things. Now there is this one statement I saw in a picture. A white person or a white man was holding a balakat, and it was written, "If heaven was real, I could not have told you," or said, "If heaven was real, we as the white people we could not have told you." What do you say about that statement?
So how do you experience something that you have never experienced? Like there's nobody who has experienced death except the people who have died. So the people who have died are actually the people who know if heaven or hell exists. So you have never died, you have never been buried, and you're saying that heaven and hell exists. Don't you see there's a problem? There's a problem somewhere. So
If we talk about this issue, we can go on and on and on. I don't know if you are tired or we just cut.
no, I'm not sad. I'm
Ah,
here. I'm here. We can
you
do
are
2
here.
hours.
So we are getting points and we are getting there. I see there's a lot of issues rising because white people, as we believe, that's not my point. As a lot of people believe that white people came with religion, and white people came and told us you will go to heaven. They came and told us when you do this and this, you will go to hell. And this white person said that if hell and heaven was real, believe me, white people, they don't love you. They could not tell you. So they just told you to manipulate your mind to believe that if you are doing this much, you are going to hell. And if you are doing this much, you are going to heaven.
Okay, the main reason they told us that way is so that we can forgive them. The main reason they told us that way is so that we can forgive them. Remember, the
Oh,
colonizers,
okay. Mm-hmm.
the colonizers really did us bad things. They were slaughtering, they were murdering, they were doing bad things for our fellow black people. Like even they were
Yeah.
doing the slave trade. So
Yeah.
they came with the missionaries. So the missionaries
Mm-hmm.
came with the rules that if you do this,
Mm-hmm.
if you do this, yeah, like love your
I
neighbors as you love yourself, such things.
Yeah.
Do you see?
There's a question here. Let me ask a question to all, please be honest. Have you ever met a white man who had the characteristics of Jesus? Generous, chaste, kind, forgiving, modest, unselfish, white. Have you ever met a white man who have all characteristics of Jesus, like unselfish, wise, honest, forgiving, kind, modest, generous? Starting with you, put one hand here. Tell me in the comment section, have you ever met a white person like that? Have you ever met a white person who have all these characteristics like Jesus?
Okay. I was told, I was told by my friend from abroad. He told me
Mm-hmm.
that the white people actually don't have a spirit. I don't know if that is the truth. I don't know. So this means that these people are really, they're really how do I say, envious about our color,
Mm-hmm.
because we as black people, we can actually absorb. We have melanin. We are strong. We can do things which the white people cannot do. So it is through this way that they develop these issues of being envious towards the black people, and that's why you find
Mm-hmm.
that these white majority of them are are never good people to their fellow black people, like to their black people. So these people are kind not good, and they are not good to interact with. You need to be very careful when you are interacting with them. Like even when you go to the female ones, you'll find that I'm being famous. Now I want to marry a white woman because now I'm famous. Then all of a sudden he's filing for divorce. And it is through this way that they will file a divorce. My property will go to that white woman. And we have always been told that when you go to the United States, don't marry these white women. Don't get too close to these white people, because they are somehow evil. They are people who don't have that good spirit like that. But
To answer this,
what is, these people don't have spirit.
mm.
Go
So for
ahead.
me, to answer this, because it was a question for us all, have you ever met a white man? So to answer this, I'll give an example when I was in a primary school. That was way back in 2000s. So let me give an example of 2005, 2006. I was in class 5, class 6. I'm old, my friend. So during this time, uh, I was in a school called Juba System Primary School. It was a private school, and the school had white people were coming to the school, goodies, balls, tennis, you know, bags, books, pens, giving us goodies. So in my mind, or I was very good, very, because the time they came to school, that day, we will eat meat and rice. Amen. We will eat meat and rice that day when they are at school. But after giving us those things, they will take pictures of us. They will just take pictures of us and they will go. So after years passed, came to learn that these pictures were being taken, and they went with the pictures there in NGOs for the children, pupils of Africa, Lord, City of Giving, and this. So, please, these Africans are suffering. So Jesus have that character. Jesus makes you, it gives you this hand. So I think personally, up to now, it's a man who has character. Jesus when you see a white man, a number of them, when you see them, you or they have seen something. My brother, my the white man is these guys. They are living life. It's good. They are not going to work. Not going to work. They, they have health coverage. I don't think that this makes them to be more generous because they are targeting some. No, so personally, I think most of them are pretenders. Are pretenders,
It is.
and most of them use people as they just because, they call us names. They call us some weird names. I can't, and they pretend you taking pictures. This they're gonna use it on get some things. So, right, I say I'm just sticking. I'm just with the topic. Yeah, right. You we are just talking about. So you are on the track, saying Jesus had a racial family and he came perfect. If we believe he existed, white people do have a character, not everybody, but my family supposed them to believe he existed. White people have these things, according to what he's saying. Now, for all those who are watching, I believe we are here. We believe we are discussing. We are not leave this. We are not saying that leave your church and go. No, saying that you to be a Muslim. What you are doing, we are and educating ourselves because some of golden boy they are young,
Yes.
no? And yeah, that's why we have engine trying to educate us. Hot 100 here trying to educate us here. We have Afro. We have here trying to educate us. And if you are watching, uh, please don't forget brothers YouTube channel. He's doing amazing job. I started. Are you the reason why YouTube channel? Why we don't know, but we, we are doing amazing job. I hope you it is our YouTube channel. Now, one last thing. What do you have to say about this? What do you have to say? Black people who deny black or those all people who deny black Jesus. But before I go, before you answer that, I have seen pictures of pastors. Seen pictures of pastors who have gone, most of them, maybe black pastors. They come with this picture of white Jesus. They are not saying this Jesus, tearing it apart, you know, condemn and everything. Have you come across that?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to do that video of yours,
Mm,
of that
mm,
pastor wearing the white Jesus.
yeah.
And that's some of the information that we need to start having. That we
Mm,
don't need to start watching of what we are being told to do. Like
mm,
we need to stop listening to what we are being told.
mm,
We need to start
mm,
focusing on what we believe. Now, like for example, now we need to start learning
mm,
and knowing that we actually had a black Jesus and not a white Jesus. That
mm,
is something that I believe in. And what I know is that Jesus was white. That is something that I've been told to believe in. So we need to
mm,
stop having to that character. That's the only thing that I'm going to give to my fellow brothers and the people who are still believe that Jesus is a white man. So those are the things that I want to tell. Yeah.
Okay. I think what I have to say to my people who are watching, thank you so much for watching. To those people, black people who don't believe in black Jesus, all I have to say, we need to do more research and we need to educate ourselves. That's what we are pushing to do. Educate yourself to know what's happening. Because if Jesus was born in a certain family, was the other race, the other race, uh, maybe white, be other race, because anyone who is not, we cannot deny the fact that we have white, we have scholars. We cannot deny the fact. So don't just live by one video or watching videos. Go to search, go to the archives, so that you know what to live. So I urge us all, like personal friends, let us go to all kinds of questions, because that's the way we can get this message. You know, let me say something, golden boy. I think many will, uh, you know, that me wake up in the morning, life to live. Okay, you you come back to save money. You are and there. You are going. You are carrying your hand. You are doing that. You are not serving anyone. You are just doing your job. You you are you are running up and down for people saying one is evil, one is evil. Not going to church. That one's not going. You know, we are wasting a lot of energy. Them people accusing people because of this thing called religion.
Yes.
But there are
Well,
some people who are
yes.
just waking up. Maybe they are praying. They just wake up, run maintenance. They try to get something so that they can get maybe just they can make the children go to school. They don't have time to jump up and down, trying to look for miracles somewhere else, trying to go to look for miracles in Nigeria or in Congo. Just if it's time to go to gym, they go. If it's time to go and have beer, and they come back. Things are perfect. Sick, they are sick, they go to hospital, they come back. But that thing I have seen to who are or deep into religion, too deep into religion. I see them. They are up and down trying to impress people so that they can. They are trying up and down to do things in God's way, and they end of years without doing anything. Now they end realize they are 50s. The time they could use to build for the children, they, going to missionaries, spread this word. The word spreading the word.
Yes.
Go Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they are going to rest Thursday. I don't know. So they spend their life trying to get people from things that, and they will do this. We're doing this because this is where this you are well. Personally, I believe religion made a lot of people way or to be away from the creator. Made people be pretenders. If someone goes to church, of Jesus, the rosary, they start judging other people. Man, I see that religion that came from the white that made us, you know, far, far away from the Creator. And that's where things is happening. A lot of chaos is happening in the world. A lot of people dying at young age. We have created something that, that's what I'm saying. I my heart, so I don't know what God.
What I can say is that people need to stop having that pretense that they are actually religious, because you'll find that the people who are really actually religious, these are the same people who are totally different, and they are also dangerous to the society. Like, we'll find that someone is really into Christianity, is going to church very well, is getting the information from the pastor. Then when it comes to the real world, he's doing totally the opposite. Like, he's becoming very lazy, he's becoming very mouthy, he's talking bad about people. He's also doing drugs behind the scene. He's also someone.
He has even left the rules of the earth, as we say.
Yeah. So
Stay
this,
humble. He's not staying humble.
yeah, this issue of being too religious, too what, I think people need to start changing, because you'll find that someone is every day his worship is posting in his oral status that I want, that is posting a motivation or a quote from the Bible. Then later on, when you come to this, these are the people who are not actually helping. Now the real ways of helping is not giving 10,000, 100,000 shillings in a church in the name of a tithe. But the real helping is when you go to streets, you give children food, you eat with them, you go to the orphanages, you help. Those are the better way of making the world better, and not
Okay.
educating or making your pastor become very, very wealthy. Because these are the things people are doing. People prefer to take their 10% tithe to the church rather than putting their tithe to these street children.
Other than
Or
helping a brother, just helping your fellow
yeah,
brother.
yeah, it is the same way of you are helping your stranger, and you are not helping your fellow family member, your close family member.
Mm. I think that issue of helping like that is just the same like Cain and Abel. When Cain brought, these things in church, but Abel brought this from his own heart. I think, as you said earlier, the things in the Bible, most of them, they are like examples of what we need to do. Like, there's a
Yeah,
term you use, I don't know which was it.
which one?
So there's a term you use, you are very, you are using some terms.
Ah,
University material.
nothing.
There's a lot of terms sometimes you will use, and for me, I will be like, wow, that's me. That's me. It's called the power of education.
Yeah, the power of
So
education.
thank you so much, Golden Boy, for being here. I've seen all those people. Uh, let me teach you a little Swahili. Wale wote wenye wamechangia kwa mada ya leo, nashukuru sana, nasema asante na Mungu awabariki. That's saying God bless you, and I hope you don't believe what you do because of what we are doing here. We are just discussing and just to open the eye. What you are believing, hold it tight, because if it's working on you, hold it tightly. If it's not working on you, then you believe it wrong. So for the next thing. So Golden Boy, your last word.
My last word is thank you for welcoming me in this live, and I'm very, very, very appreciative. Yeah, I won't. I'm taking it. I'm not taking it for granted, but yeah, it
You
is
want
good
you
to
want
hear.
you want to take it for granted. Don't do that, Buana. Okay.
Yeah, it is. it is good to interact. So I hope you'll be doing lives every Sunday on Saturday. That's all I hope from you. So
Yeah,
otherwise,
I will be
you're
doing
doing a good
yeah, I
job.
will be doing it every randomly, and I hope you will be doing your lives too and welcome me.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll be-
because
yeah.
I think
Mm.
we'll get something from here. Thank you for accepting to be here and talk about Jesus. And yet you are not a Christian. I wonder. Utakuwa vibaya wewe na kuhurumia. So
Okay.
personally for me, I'm still a Christian. I believe in God.
Yeah.
I'm a believer.
Yeah.
For me, uh, I'm still opening the third eye, but I don't want the third eye to take me away from what I believe. Because what I believe, it's working. That's what I'm saying. I know.
Yeah. Thank you.
So uh, until next episode, what we have to say is that thank you so much, all of you who have been here. Thank you for participating, all 200 Raisa, and everyone that the numbers. Thank you so much. It has been 1 hour, 50 minutes. I appreciate it. As I was just coming from, watching Manchester fan, and I was disappointed I didn't win. But that energy I've gathered in here just for us to strengthen my brand and as a fan, so thank you. I think we'll be here next time to talk about
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
until next time we are saying be blessed and yeah, just follow the rules of the earth as what we have said. Follow the rules of the earth. Be humble, be faithful, be kind, be generous. Don't get selfish. Church will not teach you this. You will teach yourself this. Your mother. I always say our mothers are our God because our mothers want us to teach them. They teach us this. To be kind, to be. So let's follow the rules of the earth. Everything okay. Until next episode, I say
Peace.
peace.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Peace.